Welcome to Traveler's Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonso. Today I will be your guide through history as we take a look at Achilles, the greatest of the Greek heroes. Before we begin, just a quick reminder that we post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, with special editions on Thursdays. Moving right along, mythology tells us one thing, while archaeology tells us another. Why was Achilles so feared among men? What was the choice given to Achilles? What was the weakness of Achilles? Today we will answer these questions as we take a look at the legendary warrior. In Greek mythology, Achilles, or Achilles, was the hero of the Trojan War and the greatest of all the Greek warriors. He is also the central character of Homer's Iliad. Achilles was the son of Thetis, a Nereid, and the daughter of the Old Man of the Sea. His father was Peleus, king of Phthia, home of the legendary Myrmidons. According to the Achilles, written by Statius, when Achilles was born, Thetis tried to make him immortal by dipping him in the river Styx. However, he was left vulnerable as part of his body where she held him was his left heel. Thetis then anointed the boy in ambrosia. Why ambrosia? This was the food or drink of the Greek gods and was believed to promote longevity and even immortality upon whomever consumed this delicacy. Thetis then placed the child on top of a fire in order to burn away the mortal parts of his body. Yet before she could complete her task, she was interrupted by Peleus, and in a huge rage, she abandoned both her husband and her son. King Peleus then entrusted Achilles to Cheiron the centaur to be reared from his home atop Mount Pelion. Thetis foretold that her son's fate was either to gain glory and die young, or to live a long and uneventful life in obscurity. Achilles chose the former and decided to partake in the Trojan War. According to Homer, Achilles grew up in Phthia with his childhood friend Patroclus. Some Homeric sources claim that in order to keep Achilles safe and from war, the boy was hidden in the court of King Lycomedes of Skyros. According to this story, while in Skyros, Achilles fathered two sons with Deidamia, the daughter of King Lycomedes. They were named Pyrrhus and Orneros. Odysseus learned from the prophet Calchas that the Achaeans would be unable to capture Troy without the aid of Achilles. Odysseus then ventured to Skyros in an attempt to convince Achilles that he must join the campaign as they would be lost without him. When the Greeks left for Troy, they accidentally stopped in the kingdom of Mysia, ruled by King Telephus. In the resulting battle, Achilles gave King Telephus a wound that would not heal. Telephus consulted the oracle, who advised him that only Achilles could heal the wound. Guided by the oracle, he arrived at Argos, where Achilles healed him. Why did Achilles undertake this? King Telephus agreed to become their guide for the voyage to Troy. According to the Iliad, Achilles arrived at Troy with 50 ships, each carrying 50 Myrmidons. Homer's Iliad is the most famous narrative of Achilles' deeds in the Trojan War. The Iliad begins with Achilles withdrawing from battle after being dishonored by King Agamemnon, the commander of the Achaean forces. Agamemnon insults Achilles by commanding that he give up his battle prize, the beautiful Briseis. Achilles is enraged not only by the insult, he is in fact in love with Briseis. Without the legendary warrior, the battles turn against the Greeks. Agamemnon realizes that he must return Briseis to Achilles. The king then sends Odysseus, Ajax, and Phoenix to meet with Achilles. Subsequently, Achilles rejects any and all offers made by Agamemnon. The Trojans, led by Hector, launch a counterattack on the Greeks. With the Greek forces on the verge of absolute destruction, Patroclus leads the Myrmidons into battle. He is wearing Achilles' armor as his dear friend chooses to remain at his camp. Patroclus succeeds in pushing the Trojans back from the beaches. However, he is killed by Hector before he can lead a proper assault on the city of Troy. After receiving the news of the death of his beloved friend, Achilles grieves the loss. After Hephaestus makes a new set of armor for Achilles, the enraged warrior ends his refusal to fight and takes the field, killing many Trojans. Finally, after pursuing Hector, they meet in single combat. Hector is no match for the mighty Greek, and after he kills the Trojan, he drags his lifeless body behind his chariot. What of the death of Achilles? Hector predicted that with his last dying breath that Paris would slay the Greek at the Scaean gates leading to Troy. He would kill Achilles by launching an arrow into his vulnerable heel. After the war, the tomb of Achilles became a venerated site. It was visited and honored by many, including Alexander the Great. This brings us to the end of Achilles, the greatest of the Greek warriors. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Traveler's Tales. If you enjoyed this video, please become a channel sponsor. Your support will enable us to continue putting out quality videos, and buying me a coffee always makes my day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Traveler's Tales. This really is the best way to help our channel grow. Until we meet again at the crossroads of folklore and fact, Kartistos.